For thousands of years, there have been two medium-sized livestock animals that have been battling each other for the number one spot: the sheep and the goat. Both have many uses and many pros, but one is definitely better than the other. Let's take a look at our competitors. Our first animal up is the sheep. Sheep have been used for wool, meat, and dairy products for millennia, with over 200 breeds of these fluffy quadrupeds walking the earth today. They are very social animals and love to stay in a flock. And second in line is the goat. Goats are also very well known for their meat and dairy production. There are over 200 breeds of these horned ruminants found from all over the world as well. And because of the Nigerian dwarf's popularity, some goats are raised as pets in some countries. But you all want to know which one's better than the other. And to answer that question, we have to ask some more questions. Our first question on the list is which is worth more. And according to Google, sheep are worth more than goats because of their market value in meat quality. Sheep are generally larger than goats, which also gives them the more meat at slaughter. But in our experience, goats are actually worth more than sheep at auction. So it just depends on where you get them. Which is easier to take care of? It's really the sheep. Sheep are like angels to the devilish goats when it comes to care. Sheep move to different pastures with ease because of their herd mentality. They hate being separated and love to stay in a large group. Just look at that. Goats are the exact opposite. They don't care about their fellow comrades and will just split up, making moving them sometimes impossible. Next question, which has babies better? From our personal experience, sheep have had way less problems lambing than goats have kidding. They take care of their babies, they have less problems in labor, and the lambs don't get sick as easy as kids do. But remember, it's our personal experience. Which stays in their pen? Just to show you our sheep's obedience, here's one strand of hot wire. This one strand of hot wire holds over 200 sheep in their paddock at all times. If you're a goat owner, you are just drooling and wishing you could do the same. A goat has a primal urge to escape almost anything you put to fence them in, and once they escape, they will never stop. Just take for instance our little goat here named Carol. Carol kept escaping from the lamb's pen. The thing is that the lamb has never escaped from this pen before, and Carol has multiple times. So we had to separate her to a more secure pen so she wouldn't get out anymore. She remains there to this day, plotting her next escape. Next question, which is hardier? Sheep are hardier than goats, at least with the Katahdin breed that we have. They will survive through harsh weather conditions without a barn and don't get sick as easy. And helping the sheep side of things, goats also have accidents that end up killing themselves. Now that you mention it, goats actually do kind of look suicidal. I mean, really. The ways they die include drowning in water troughs, suffocating in hay bales, and even hanging themselves up in trees. These instances have all happened with goats, but none of them have happened with sheep, at least that I'm aware of. Which is handled better? In cases where you have to hold down a sheep or goat and trim its hooves or give it shots, sheep are better. Although goats have the handlebars for you to grab, when you grab a sheep, they give up and accept defeat. They don't give you a fight for your life like a goat will. Goats don't go down without a struggle, making them much harder to treat in certain situations. And lastly, which eats better? If you have a lot of brush and thorns on your farm, goats are actually better at clearing and eating weeds than a sheep is. Wow, we finally found something a goat is better at. Goats are sort of a natural bush hog that devours any unwanted weeds, including poison ivy. And although sheep will eat weeds, they are more of a grazer of all kinds of plants rather than a weed eater. So, at the end of it all, who is the better animal? The sheep or the goat? If you think the goat has even a slim chance of making it, I'm sorry, you gotta either get your head examined or you've just got issues. The sheep is obviously better than a goat will ever be. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings on this topic, don't get me wrong. It's just the facts. and it's your choice if you want to accept them. But I will say it definitely depends on what kind of breed of sheep you get. Some sheep breeds can be as big as a pain as a goat can. Katahdin hair sheep have worked really, really well for us, and they can for you too. So tell your friends the good news that sheep are so much better than goats. And if you want to watch more, you can click on these magical little portals that appeared to take you to a new video on That's a Farm.